What is Taylor Swift going to do in 2025? Will there be an Eras Tour documentary after all the filming that we saw during that final leg? Will she win a Grammy? Will she release a new cut of the Eras Tour movie that includes the Tortured Poets set? And the question we've all been asking for years now, when will she release her final re-recorded albums? Welcome to Hits Differently. I'm Molly. In this episode, I'll be joined by my co-host Ryan and our producer, editor, and also my husband, Alex. In our last episode, we went back through all the predictions that we made in 2024. It was so hilarious to see what we got right and what we got wrong. The link for that will be in the description of this video if you want to go back and watch it. Please go ahead and click that subscribe button right now if you haven't already. We're so thankful to all of you who subscribed to our channel in 2024. And an extra thank you to everyone who has joined our Patreon channel. That's where all of our Eras Tour recaps, Chiefs recaps, any recap style content will be moving forward, along with bloopers and our whole content library ad-free. All right, let's get Ryan and Alex in here and make our 2025 predictions. Now that we've thoroughly embarrassed ourselves, should we do it again for 2025?
So let's do it. Will Taylor announce an Eras documentary in 2025? Molly, we'll start with you.
I'm saying yes. And to add to this, which now that we've seen how epically we failed in our last predictions, I'm like, why am I getting so specific? I'm setting myself up to fail again.
Don't think about that, Molly. Be authentic.
We've just got to pretend like the points don't matter. Okay. So I'm saying yes. And I'm saying that I think it's going to be a series rather than a doc. We've talked about that once before, but I just feel like there is way too much for this to only be a movie, and that it could end up being more.
Oh, man. When the year is over, I will have different thoughts about the documentary. I'm like, please don't tell me I'm clowning too close to the sun again with this. But my answer was nothing nuanced here, 100%. And I said, granted, I realize that it's a bit all-knowing and presumptuous to be so certain about the documentary and the film. I'm probably just a fool. That's literally what I wrote in my own notes.
Foolish one.
But yeah, 100%. For sure, as the past me would say.
They were filming so much. Like, it has to be for a reason.
It can't be another like, what was it for? Why did we get 3 outfits for the last 3 shows?
Right.
Why?
If you're 100% on a new documentary, are you 100% that there'll be an Eras movie part 2 with the new set list included, Ryan?
I actually feel more certain about the film than I do about the documentary, as much as I want the documentary more. But the film is like locked and loaded. We got the 3 nights of filming, the last 3 nights of the tour. We got 3 outfits. We got all that nonsense that took away from the other outfits. And it makes sense because like we want to see Tortured Poets on the film. So it's a yes for me.
I'm saying no.
What?
I don't think we're getting a full movie. I think if anything, we will maybe get the Tortured Poets part of the set list as like some sort of content, whether that means it's included in the documentary in some way or it's available as like a bonus that you can stream the Tortured Poets set on Disney Plus or something. But I don't think we're getting the whole Eras Tour again in a movie. I would like for us to.
In hindsight, I guess it would be kind of weird to see. But I mean, the set list is different, so it's not that weird, I guess.
Oh, yeah. The eras have rearranged. She's cut certain things and then obviously added Tortured Poets. So, I mean, I would love to get a new movie. I'm not going to complain about getting a new movie, but...
I mean, maybe the outfits, in that theory, the same outfits last 3 nights are for the documentary then. Like for cutting
maybe.
For that. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, the camera people were on stage for eras outside of Tortured Poets, so it has to be for something. It would be really cool for the final nights to be memorialized like that and to have a movie. I don't know.
All right, Molly. So if we're not getting a full movie, will Taylor release an album with all or at least the most popular mashups from the tour?
Also saying no to this. I do think there's a chance we get a live album of the set list. But since the question was phrased specifically of all or some of the mashups, I don't think so. They've been releasing those as singles digitally that you could buy on her website and download. So I don't know that we'll get more than that as far as the mashups go.
So this was my question. This is my contribution, which is always, has a greater meaning, I feel like. I also add not just mashups, I guess. It could be like surprise. What? Like if you saw
literally
my,
just said like my question has greater meaning. It's like
I didn't
how
mean it
that
like
came
that.
across.
Greater meaning's not the right word. Like a deeper meaning.
It's
Okay,
awesome.
well, I will provide context and you will understand what I'm saying. Okay, so there's always got to be a dash of clowning in everything that I do. The other day, Taylor Nation had a very sus post. As they do. They said, "Did the TS the Eras Tour piano or guitar leave you feeling more not safe and stranded?" Which you're like, what are they even saying? Because why did they say it like that? Okay.
Because
More
we're getting a
not
down bad
safe.
music video still.
More not safe and stranded. Right. So, of course, my clowning brain was like, need to compute what this means. Okay. So, obviously, they said it weird and they said it in a way where they were picking lyrics from different songs. A mashup. Not a mashup specifically. Could not tie it directly to a specific mashup. Don't worry. I tried. Doesn't exist. Because those lyrics could be pulled from New Romantics and Down Bad. Sadly, obviously Down Bad was on the set list, so that puts a wrench there. But it got me thinking, they're asking about what our like favorite surprise songs were. They've also asked us this before, and people were like calling the post sus, and then they responded and said, "We just want to know which led to your favorite surprise songs," with a crying emoji. But the way they worded the whole thing was giving more mashup than surprise songs. So like they're saying, we want to know your favorite surprise songs, but they said it all freaking weird and mashed up. It was giving mashup. Okay. And also their post was 13 days before New Year's Eve. And the last thing they posted with this post, they had 2 photos from the surprise song section, the guitar and the piano. Both were outfits from the OG surprise songs, which is throwing off the whole mashup idea because back then they didn't really have mashups. It was like one on guitar, one on piano. And so this like mashup album we're talking about or questioning could just be surprise songs, like a guitar and a piano. And I tried to go back and look at what performances they were referencing with those 2 photos, and nothing really blatant stuck out, but she was wearing the yellow dress with the piano photo, which we know is sus. And that is all. It is sus, and I think it means more.
The weirdest part of that post to me was the fact that they used the old surprise song outfits. That's interesting. But you literally just said, someone replied, "What does this mean?" And Taylor Nation retweeted and said, "We just want to know what your favorite surprise songs were." They're like, "We're just trying to interact with you guys. It doesn't mean anything."
They know what they're doing. Why'd they say it like that? Also, the was giving like All Too Well 10-minute version. I picked so many lyrics out of like one. Yeah, did the love affair maim you too?
I mean, I know what you're saying, but like that's just, those are 2 normal words.
And apparently the New Romantics Down Bad. The New Romantics Down Bad thing was like mirrored with the lyrics. Like one was talking about like being safe and stranded.
Yeah, in New Romantics, she says, "Please leave me stranded. It's so romantic." And in Down Bad, she says, "How dare you leave me safe and stranded." Yeah.
Sus. That is all.
So Ryan, will Taylor release an album with mashups?
I'm saying yes.
Okay.
Or surprise songs, like one of the 2. Yeah.
All right.
For
Just
sure.
want to make sure we had that on the record.
Yeah, after that very long-winded clowning, side note, yes.
I hope that my theory of just a live album in general is correct, even if it's just on streaming. Like, I don't need the physical version of that album, but once you hear a song live from Taylor specifically, I'm sure this applies to most artists. Once you hear it live, it's forever changed. And I always choose now to listen to the live version of Cruel Summer. Because why would I not?
Yeah, it's so good.
Imagine if we could have the live version of Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, of Look What You Made Me Do. Just so many songs that she just elevates in the live version. They're all running through my head now, pretty much the whole set list. So anyway, I hope we get it.
It's like you're clowning for something different, but
Let me try to get this train back on the tracks with a new question then. Will Taylor win a Grammy? I'll toss it to Molly.
Yes. She will. Which one? We'll have to discuss in another episode, but she'll win something.
6 nominations, so she has 6 chances, I believe.
You know what 6 equals? Sorry.
What does 6 equal, Ryan?
Big reputation.
Ryan, do you believe she'll win a Grammy?
Of course. For sure.
I just want to know for the record that the
Yeah,
last
it
time
was
you
like-
answered a question this confidently between the two of you, it went horribly wrong.
This is a safe bet. This is safe. When it comes to
Yeah.
Taylor winning, it's safe. Easy.
We were going to get into which categories we think she'll win, but we're just going to save that for our Grammys episode that will come out later, closer to the Grammys, like end of January. So we'll dive into all of it. Who her competition is, what she'll win.
What we're
Everything.
clowning for.
Just kidding.
What'd you say?
I said everything.
A sweep?
A sweep. That's what I predicted last year. It did not happen, but we were close.
I'm not predicting a sweep, but
No, I'm not.
So next question, Ryan, will Taylor direct a feature film in
Yes.
2025?
I did the research to remember when and like how we'd heard that she was going to be having her directorial debut. And it was back in 2022 when someone said that she was directing a film for Searchlight. But then someone also said that it wouldn't start till after the tour ended. So no new updates on that. But yes, does appear to be coming down the pipeline.
Yep, I did the same research because someone had said in our comments from our last video where I said there's rumors that she's directing. They said, no, there are facts. And they were right.
Mhm.
There are actual facts that she wrote an original script. Can't wait to see what that's about. Like, there's so many things that it could be. And to be clear, I don't think that the film is coming out this year. I just think that her directing was probably already in the plans for this year.
Yeah. And we know movies take a minute, so.
Yeah. If you need any extras for the movie, Tay, you know where we are.
All too well 60-minute version?
We got you. Did you see our acting in the tolerated TikTok?
Dudes, we're ready, coach. Put us in. Come on. In terms of facts regarding the mashup delusion, I've been, deep diving the copyright and trademark stuff that is all public record. And I did discover a mashup thing listed. It was like Taylor Swift mashup something for copyright. So
Oh.
2024.
And Female Rage the Musical was trademarked.
Yeah. But that's just a lot of that stuff's trademarked just so no one else can take it. Like if you are like me and have gone through the 15,000 whatever trademarks that she's done, most of it is just her like covering herself to be like, yeah, I don't want some Joe Schmo to go out there and do Female Rage the Musical, which is smart,
Right.
as any successful artist does, because it's like that's your idea. So
But what if someday on Broadway, Female Rage the Musical?
maybe 2026 prediction.
Those would be the hardest tickets to get.
Yeah. Anytime you
But-
think of Taylor doing anything, it's like, oh God, the Ticketmaster war.
I was just about to
Ugh.
say, but does Ticketmaster control Broadway? And then I was like, wait, yeah, I think they do. Sad.
It's hard being a fan, It's hard
Yeah.
out here.
Next question.
Next question. We're getting depressed again.
That's a good one for Molly to answer. Will the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl again, Molly?
Watch out, Molly. Don't eat your words.
So, obviously this year I'm saying yes, but now that I know I said no last year, I'm like, am I going to reverse jinx? Should I say no so that they win?
I mean, you just said yes, though.
But I haven't written it in final pen. Okay.
Well, you could
I'm
say
just
yes and
talking
I
it
could say
out.
no, even though that's not what
But that doesn't
originally
help
makes
the
sense.
reverse jinx.
I don't think you are the only deciding factor on the
Oh,
Have you
Molly,
ever
Molly
watched-
will blame herself if
Have you
she
ever
says
watched
yes
sports
and
with
they
me?
lose.
I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious.
I'm so stitious. I don't know if Ryan knows this fact about me. A lot of my friends from college do know this, that my school, the color is orange. And on game days, I used to only eat orange foods at fear of jinxing.
So what is that, like oranges and Cheetos? Like what else did you eat? And carrots?
That was the bulk of it. Goldfish,
Yikes.
Cheez-Its. At one point, I started to qualify buffalo chicken as
Cheese
orange.
is technically,
Yeah.
wow.
But
You
it
would
only
hate me.
lasted
I'm-
freshman year.
I'm not superstitious at all. And I like to mess with people who are and be like, oh.
So what is it?
So
Yes
is
or
it
no,
yes
Molly?
or no? Are they going to the Super Bowl or not?
Yes, they're going to the Super Bowl.
Because the follow-up is, will they win and make it a three-peat?
Three-peat. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Run it back. That's actually what all the numbers have been pointing to. It's just a 3 for the Chiefs.
Ryan, noted Chiefs fan.
I'm gonna say yes. Especially, I mean, there's rumors that Travis might retire after the season if they win. I mean, what do I know? That's just like the rumors.
I mean, it would make sense to walk off the field after a three-peat. He did just re-sign a 2-year deal, I believe, but
2
he could
years,
walk away
yeah.
from it. It doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, I don't
Like,
think. Yeah, I guess in that case, yeah, I don't think he.
I mean, there's plenty of athletes that have walked away from their deals. Like
Taylor
I
would
don't
be
think
like,
that's
"But babe, it's so fun. Just keep going. We just started dating. Okay, I want to keep going to see you play."
All right, next question. Not football related. Ryan, will Taylor announce a new album?
Well, it's pretty wild to imagine her giving us 3 albums next year. Only because we've heard the rumors of TS12, and usually whenever there's smoke, there's fire when it comes to new music for Taylor. So, I mean, granted, it's like for Tortured Poets, we didn't hear anything, and it was like, there it is. So us hearing about her new music could actually be like, yeah, there's new music in the works, but it actually won't happen until 2026. But that was a nuanced answer because I don't think I actually answered it even for myself. Oh, I wrote maybe. Sorry. That's what I wrote. I needed to have at least one nuance. I don't know. I don't feel good. I don't feel any, like, I'm feeling no, but only because, well, I don't want to spoil it. We'll get to the re-records, but anything's possible. Molly?
No. But, I said it last year and I was wrong.
Yeah.
So you never know, but I'm saying no.
All right, well, if there's no new album, will she announce the final re-records, Molly?
Yes. Again. Run it back for 2025.
Play the clip.
Yes. I feel like it has to happen. She's going to want to wrap up the re-records and move on. She wants to own her music. Why it didn't happen in 2024, I'll never know.
Because she's never had a year where she's announced or put out 3 albums. So then I guess TS12 probably wouldn't happen this year based on that. But yes, I like to continue to be the rational clown. And once again, from a legal standpoint, I'm pretty sure she has to drop both re-records this year because her trademarks are coming to an end. She is soon to be on her last extension. And we talked about it's like a 6-month-ish extension. So the rep one, I don't know about debut. I could not find any notes on that, which was weird. But Reputation, the last time she renewed was July 25th, 2024. And I think it's like a 6-month extension. So we're looking at like January 25th, 2025 is when she should be having her last extension. So by the summertime. I hate that there's like the rationale behind it because it's kind of boring, but it's also kind of exciting because it's like,
Is
so
rep
in like
here?
6 months?
So the follow-up is, when will she do it? Ryan, you gave a timeline and then threw it a couple of dates there.
New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. January 31st was recently added to my clown dates. February 3rd. That's as far out as I go right now. That's all I'd like to say on that.
Okay.
For the record.
Noted. Molly, your turn.
It's like the
I
spelling
have-
bee.
After the Grammys. And by that, I don't mean like immediately after the Grammys or Grammys night. I just mean the announcement is not going to happen until after the Grammys are over. Sorry, Ryan. Not exciting enough for you.
I have a clown note that I will close with. I will let us finish answering these questions. And it goes against all of your rationale. Actually, we only have 1 question left. And when I found out this info, Molly, I was like, the rationale, Molly, is being opposed. I've got some facts for you. Facts, data, websites, URLs.
Half those things aren't facts. They're just things.
All right, I can't wait to hear them after we answer this final question.
Will Taylor release new music videos this year? Ryan.
Potentially when we get the re-records, but after 1989 TV, I don't know. Nuanced, I'm sorry.
Yeah, how are we giving points for potentially a year from now? Come on.
If I was allowed to be nuanced before, okay? I was definitive in like 90% of these answers, so.
I said yes, at least 1 music video, maybe 2.
From which albums?
In this theory, be saying 1 for debut and 1 for rep. I still don't think it's totally off the table that there could be another one from Tortured Poets, though.
Huh.
All right, so what's your theory?
Okay, so here we go. So in our last episode, Molly and I teed up our clown dates. Molly gave the rational sensical side of that she didn't think Taylor was going to announce anything until at least after the Grammys because Taylor doesn't want anything to step on the toes of Tortured Poets, right? She wants to sweep. So next year is the Year of the Snake, which is the sixth animal, which is fun. It's funny connection. It's the sixth animal. Did she know that? It's the sixth animal in the 12-year cycle of the Chinese zodiac. So it's like it cycles through 12 animals. I thought that the Year of the Snake just started at the beginning of the year. It does not. Also, Taylor was born the Year of the Snake. 1989 was also a Year of the Snake. That's very fun. I'm sure she loves that. So the Year of the Snake begins on Wednesday, January 29th. That's why I was clowning for the 31st, because it's a Friday and we know that Taylor announces or drops albums, whatever, on a Friday. Before I finished that thought, Molly had said that Taylor wasn't going to announce anything until after the Grammys so as not to disrupt the potential of cleaning house with Tortured Poets. I was curious. I was like, when does the voting end for the Grammys? You want to know when it does?
I want to know.
Do you want to know? And this is off of the Grammys. This is off of the Recording Academy's website. FAQ, baby.
URL's facts.
URL's facts. The internet is real and everything on it is accurate. The final round of voting concludes January 3rd, 2025, which is also a Friday. And that's like a side note. I just like randomly wrote because I love to just put numbers to everything. If you like look at 1325, 1325, where did I get the math? 1325. Oh yeah. 2025. So 2 2s. It'd be 321. Let's go. And then 5. Disregard that. Okay. That's irrelevant. All right.
I thought you were just going to say it's 1313.
13.
Yeah. January 3rd, 1313.
Oh my God, no, but I love that. Good work, Alex. See? Also, January 31st, if you like really play around with the numbers and you have like 13125 for the date, you got 321, let's go. And then 5 plus 1 is 6 is rep. So 321, let's go and 6. But all that being said is that it isn't impossible that she announces it before or drops it or whatever it is before the Grammys, because once the voting's done on the 3rd, doesn't matter. So if anything, we could still, in my delusion, get our New Year's Eve drop and like it comes out on the 3rd. I don't know. I'm just saying. But then it wouldn't be in the Year of the Snake. So actually that wouldn't make sense. So I'm still going for the 31st. Disregard that. There's a lot of dates.
Also, how could it be a New Year's Eve drop that comes out on the 3rd?
Oh no, she's lost in the sauce. Oh no.
Okay. We're getting lost in the details, guys. Okay. All I'm saying is January isn't going to be as bleak maybe as we once thought, because the voting ends on the 3rd. So we have a whole month.
I think it's very interesting that you found that nugget out. I love that. I still think that for like the public's attention and the focus point around the Grammys, that she still wouldn't announce anything before the Grammys. Voting definitely being the biggest thing. Valid point. But I don't see anything happening before the Grammys. The Year of the Snake thing, a lot of people have been talking about in our comments, and we have not verbally acknowledged on the pod. So I'm very glad you brought that in.
I didn't know that it started on the 29th. That's what shook me. I have known for a while that 2025 was the Year of the Snake, and I was like, that's brilliant. I don't know if her plan was always to release Rep 2025 or if it got moved or what, but I'm sure that's a very fun fact. You know, if Debut comes out, which it will in 2025, it's like, well, that's also the Year of the Snake, which is kind of like, but Taylor was born the Year of the Snake. Duplicitous too. Wow. That's it, folks. That's all I got. I am more thinking, I'm going back to like what I felt about her birthday, and I'm thinking that like the New Year's Eve could be a documentary, an Eras Tour film, or a mashup album. Like any of the non-re-record clowning points, I'm like, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting anything on New Year's Eve.
What happened to you, Molly? You used to be so different.
I never thought anything was happening on New Year's Eve. That's never been a clown date for me.
Her birthday was a clown date for you.
Her birthday was a clown date. I can't believe we let 2 different Friday the 13th go this year.
That's true.
But here we
I
are.
know.
Oh, well.
Here we are. Just wasted those Friday the 13th. Doesn't she know? God.
I think there are more Friday the 13th this year.
2025?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there were only 2 this year, which didn't feel like a lot.
There will be only one Friday the 13th.
When is it?
June of 2025.
That's the latter portion of her copyright extension.
Debut, anybody? I definitely think we're going to get Rep first. It's going to go back to the original plan that I originally thought of. She gets her reputation back and then gets her name.
I can't wait to see what happens in 2025. Even if we know nothing at all, what we do know is Taylor finds a way to keep us fed always.
Much on the horizon. How close that horizon is, who knows? Are we carrying over any of these questions to 2026?
Oh my
I sure
gosh.
hope not. I really hope not. Can you imagine?
If we have to enter 2026 with, will she release Rep her debut? Like,
No, it'd be like, oh, are we getting in the documentary? It's like, let it go, dude. Let it go. It's not going to happen.
All right, so the final question, it's not a prediction. We're going to look back on our favorite memory of 2024. So Molly, I'll pass it to you.
All right. I was thinking about this as I threw this question in at the last minute just to throw Ryan off. I'm just kidding.
But basically,
I think my favorite Taylor related memory or moment from this year has to be selfishly when she commented on our video. Ryan edited this awesome Fortnite video for the Fortnite challenge on YouTube back in April, and Taylor commented on it one random Monday morning.
and
We
added
put it
our
on
video to her playlist.
Yeah. So I would have never imagined when we started this podcast / YouTube channel that Taylor would have ever seen any of our stuff. And that's just insane to me. What about
Damn,
you?
now I'm having like multiple thoughts. Also, picking one is just like rude. Like, what? One moment?
So you can give an honorable mention too if you'd like.
All right, so it's like kind of like 3, but it's like 2. Okay, so this is like the nuance. This is my
3,
nightmare all over
2,
again.
1.
3, 2, 1. So the first thought, like literally in the moment right now during this episode, was when I like spontaneously went to night 3 in Miami, which I feel like I knew you thought I was going to say that.
Yeah, I thought your top moment would be seeing Florence sing Florida.
Seeing Florida in Florida, I'm not going to lie, was a highlight. We were lucky enough to go to other shows, but that one still, like, I don't know. It's like, it just felt like a peak, like, manifestation of like saying literally when that album dropped, like, I want to look, oh, Florida in Florida. So yeah, that one will live in my head forever. But then it's like when I had that thought, then I immediately thought about moments of shows that I was like with you. And the first one that literally just popped into my mind was like when we heard Woulda, Coulda, Shoulda as a surprise song, which is like so random, but that song is just like, I don't know. I don't think either of us thought we would ever hear it. And it's one of
No.
Molly's top songs. And it's just such a, it's not a deep cut, but it kind of is, you know? And yeah, that popped into my head a second.
Wow, yeah, I was not thinking you would say that. It's funny because in our, post Era's life, I've gone back and rewatched the surprise songs from when we were there, and you can literally hear us realize what it is and lose it, because I love that song so much that the first time she sang it in 2023, I was upset. I was one of those people that was hurt because it was before we were going to see her. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. But back when we would born every surprise song because we thought she'd never do it again. So when she started singing at Night One in Edinburgh, it was literally an out-of-body experience. She's like, yeah. I was going to say as my number 2 would have been during August when she pretty much looked right at us when we were in Edinburgh. That is sealed in my brain forever.
There's something super special about like knowing when it's someone you're with, like one of their favorite songs, and then you get it, and then you also like the song, and just like having that experience and being like, oh my God, like they're so stoked, like I'm so stoked. And
that's how I felt about Daylight was then she did that on piano, right? So she woulda, coulda, shoulda matched up with I Know Places, and then on piano she did 'Tis the Damn Season and Daylight. And I know like Afterglow is really more your song from Lover, but I thought you really liked Daylight too. And so when she went into Daylight, that's how I felt for you. I was like, oh, Ryan really loves this song.
Yeah. And then I feel like the third, which isn't even like a specific moment, but just thinking about like the year as a whole is just like, I don't know, like us with this podcast and like how far it's come. And if we were to like, if there was a way to do like a then and now of just the growth and like all the people out there who are still watching and like have joined. And I don't know, it's just been really cool. You know, that's like the overarching theme of 2024. It's like the Eras tour and then like our experience with it through this podcast. It's just been very cool.
Yeah, especially being able to finish out the Eras tour with the live stream that so many people joined us on after night 3 in Vancouver, being able to chat with people live. We definitely want to do live streams again in the future because that was really special and really fun.
Yeah, just ending the year feeling very grateful for all of it and excited to see what's ahead. So, and there won't be any more Eras tour, but you know, Taylor,
there will still be hits differently.
There will still be hits differently.
You said it perfectly. We can't believe that people have decided to tune in and listen to us talk about Taylor. We had this idea for so long before we finally made the decision to sign up. Like, make accounts and do it, pick a name, make the podcast, then make a YouTube channel. So it's pretty crazy that here at the end of 2024, we have 25,000 people who have decided they like us enough to subscribe to our channel.
The memes, they live on. Long live.
Long live. All right, well, we'll be back. Don't worry. We'll be back with more in 2025. We have already gotten more Tay Therapy submissions since we shouted that out in our last episode. So if you are interested in submitting your story to Tay Therapy, there'll be links to that in the description below. And we'll have all kinds of other content for you guys in 2025 as well. And thanks to Alex for joining us on this episode. First appearance on the pod. Hopefully not the last. Thanks for watching. Bye.